and a 1, and a 2, and a 3, and a 4, and we're good. Ta-da! Welcome, 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 everybody. Is everything set up for me? Yes, that's good. That's good. Fix the camera. I am engulfed in light for some reason. There we go. But yeah, we're back. What is the first resume we are reviewing? It is a data engineer. They are struggling to get the first interview. Okay, got it. Data engineer. Do I have that saved? Do I have that saved at all is the question. Data engineer, data engineer, data engineer. I have a data scientist, but that's not the same. Okay, data engineer, we need to find. Data engineer. Okay, I did not spell that at all correctly. And let's find the data engineer. What are we looking for? So, requirements, scripts understanding, Rust, Python, Scala. Alrighty. And is this small? I feel like this is smaller than normal. Is that teeny? I feel like I need to up that. I think I messed up the settings a little bit. There we go. That's better. That's actually legible now. I was like, I thought I messed it up, and I don't know how or why, but I thought I did. Python, Rust, Scala, and then we have data, algorithms, and system design. Okay, we're going to do SQL and big data, so like Spark and cloud. All right, and let's keep looking to see if this is accurate or not accurate. Okay, not good. None here. Also, let me know if my sound is good. So, ETL. I realize also, like, it's picking up the clatter of my keys more. Is there a way for me to fix that? I don't know. I'll just move this further away. Or further away this way. Let's see. So, ETL. Microsoft. What is it? BI. Alright, let's lower this a little bit. I overcompensated. There we go. Cloud, SDLC, data algorithms, SDLC, and okay, so maybe some of these data engineer, BI. Okay, so we do have BI and specifically tools, Tableau, Looker. Looker sounds like, I don't know, man. I don't like the word looker. It just sounds odd to me as a thing. Like, we got to get the looker. It sounds like a threat for some reason, and I'm not exactly sure why. Is there anything else? Oh, here it is. Manage, communicate data plans to non-technical. That is a huge one. Boom. Let's see. Okay, and then we're gonna fix this again because for some reason all my formatting got changed. There we go. All right, that should be good. I'm going to look at one more, though, just to double check. Okay, AWS, we got SQL, and maybe Fast API, and we have data warehouse and business intelligence tools. So that is good. Cool, cool, cool. We can start. And let me check something real quick. Okay, good. And there we go. Now we can do this. Boom. And away we go. Okay, so they just said... This is a resume review of a data engineer. The only thing they said is they are struggling to get their first time interview, which makes sense. And they have a 151 application to interview ratio, which is not good. Ideally, we want way less than that. Way less than that. So, what we're going to be looking for as a data engineer is all this stuff. That's a lot of stuff. So we're looking for Python, Rust, Scala. If some of them were a little more lax on the languages, but I saw Python in like a couple, so I think it would be okay if you maybe had another language. Data, just the word data, seriously. Algorithm, system design, SDLC, SQL, big data, such as Spark, cloud. Any cloud will do. I saw some that wanted Azure, some that wanted GCP, and others that wanted AWS. ETL, BI tools such as Microsoft BI, Tableau, and Looker. I don't like the word looker. It sounds like a threat for some reason. And primarily the ability to manage and communicate data warehouse plans to non-technical people. This is huge. If you are going to have a very technical job, that's going to be a major one, is explaining the technical stuff to people like me. So let's see what they have, which they probably don't have this since they're having such an issue. So MS quantitative methods, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I don't care about anything here. Modeling, capture, API. Okay, VoD. Okay, there's nothing here. You said specifically data engineer. That is what you said. This is quantitative. I need to look up to make sure I even got the right resume. Is this the right resume? And the answer to that is yes. Yes, it is. So, that's not good. Your very first job and part of your education. Wait, is this all your education? Oh, this is all your education, not even the job. Jeez Louise. Okay. So first off, your formatting's off. Is your education should be no more than 3 lines max, maybe 2, ideally. This is way too long as education. And there's also nothing here I would actually care about for specifically data engineer. I don't see anything there. Develop poison? Whatever. Nothing here. HTML, SQL. Okay, so this is why this is not good. This entire thing, this takes up most of your resume. I only found SQL. And even then, it's not under a job, but this one could pass. So, backend developer, published on a C++ language, API. API could be one, but it's not a major one. PySpark and SQL. There's literally nothing here that would imply that you're a data engineer. To somebody who is specifically non-technical, I want to be clear here. Maybe other data engineers can look at this and go, "Oh yeah, obviously," but you're not. Your first person that views your resume is non-technical. So this entire resume, from formatting to bullet points, is bad, and you need to completely redo it. I'm going to have to pull up my resume template. So template wise, I want it to be like this. Your education at church should be no longer than 3 lines, maybe 4, but really try to keep it to 3 max. And then I need actual stuff that is related to data engineering, and not stuff that implies you've done data engineering, stuff that shows that you have done the data engineering, because this shows back-end dev, this goes quantitative and actuarial. This shows nothing of here, and these are what they're going to be looking for. At least in the United States, I don't know the London market, but at least in the United States, if you're looking to be a data engineer, this is what you need. And I don't see any of that except for the word SQL and no, just SQL. Yeah, that's the only thing I see here is SQL. So, oh look, here at the very bottom, you have Python, R, Excel. Even these are not the right keywords except for Spark. Yeah, none of this would fly. You need to completely redo all of this in the bullet points, both formatting. So I don't want to start this on a mean note, but I want you to be prepared, because this is why you have a ratio of 150 applications to 1 or none interviews, is the bullet points and the formatting are bad. So if anybody else wants resume reviews, feel free to send them in to me. I'm here to help. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And, if you need more help, stop by my live stream. That is, the information is in the stuff below. So let's go to the next resume. Yeah, that would not fly, which I wish was not the case, because this person is clearly very intelligent. Like, they've got oodles and oodles of knowledge and schooling that I would never be able to even come close to. They know math at a higher level than I could even pretend to know. But none of this shows absolutely none of this shows data engineer. So, which is a shame. Did they dox themselves with this one? Hold on. They might have doxed. Give me a second. Let me just lower this so they don't see that. All right, there we go. Cool. Now we can do this. All right, let me save this under data engineer because I think these were solid keywords, which is why we always need to be saving these because I don't want to have to keep writing them out all the time. And it saves time and it's probably the least interesting part, but is important to know. So, all right. Also, let me make a little note that feels free to. So, ask me questions. So this is my office hours. Ask me any question about your job search, even if I appear busy. I forgot that, and then there we go. Let me put that up there so that people can know, because sometimes people are afraid to ask me questions. That's not the case. I actively want you all to ask me questions. So there we go. That's good. Data engineer, and we are doing a technical. There's a lot of technical product managers. My last job description, which is a big reason I decided to leave this information. Okay. There's I feel like I should have saved technical project manager. Technical. Darn it. All right, I haven't. I mean, what was the difference between... I feel like it's still the same, but I'll double check. I'm fairly certain a technical product managers or project... Wait, is this project, product, or program? Hate that. Product. Okay, this is a product, not program. I hate the fact that those are all the same damn word practically. All right, this is a product manager. All right, so product... crud, I don't have that. I have to search it again. Man, I have to search like all of these today. Yeah, I have to do that because they're still technically different. So, technical product manager. That's what we're looking for here. Cool. What do they need? I mean, it's probably going to be this, but I gotta double check. This is the most important part of the job search, truthfully, is this part right here. This very, very boring part right here, which is getting the information you need to even start. And everybody, like, if you're just starting your job search, this is the most important part. Before resumes, before formatting, before all that junk, this is what you need to do. Why is my camera so off today? Am I far away? Is it a me issue? Okay, so is there a difference between a technical product manager and a non-technical product manager? Yes. Is there a huge difference in job descriptions? I don't know. We will see. And that is what we find out. But yes, getting your keywords is the most important part. There's no more important part than this part, because you cannot make a resume without this. So, rationale for higher referral fee for certain positions. In this case, engineering referral is higher than other parties. Oh, damn. That makes sense. Also, Bear is getting a performance review, which I know exactly. Watch. He's gonna... The second he hears the treats, he pops up. Okay. Come here, buddy. You got a performance review. All right. Why is this so, like, lighting is off today? I have no idea why. All right. So, Bear, you have been a good boy today. But I will say... After my shower, you would not let me leave because you stood by the shower door, and you would not move because you wanted pets. Now, this is not according to our HR policy. You need to respect people's privacy so that they could actually get out and, do that instead of pay you, because that is a unkind situation. But beyond that, you've been very kind this week. When Mom got home last night, you jumped up and went to go see her and gave her lots of kisses, and she was like, oh God, gross, not in the face. Dog kisses are gross, and that was very funny, so you get a +star for that. And beyond that, you have not gotten any garbage. So still, despite the shower incident today, you are a very good boy. Oh, wait, stay. Go get it. You're a very good boy. Tricked him out. Mr. Bear's father. Yes. Let's see, I'm asking you, is the common other company only seen ever a fixed internal amount? Typically there's a fixed referral amount. Most bigger companies have a fixed referral amount. The exception would be if it's a particular, if there's been a industry-wide shortage and the recruiting team has had issues specifically with that type of hire. So like as an example, at a hospital, you may get a higher referral if you refer a nurse rather than somebody on the non like hands-on medical side. So, but most companies, yes, most are flat across the board. So, that is typically the case. But again, if there's a shortage, then the recruiting team may say like, yes, for every role except X or Y, these are the cost, and for those X and Y roles, we will pay oodles more because they're hard to get. Which is usually the case, quite frankly, in everything, is how hard is it to find them? If it's very hard to find them, more money. That is usually the case. So, yeah, so it's problem-solving skills. This is how you solved problems with tools. How you solved problems with tools. Also, welcome again, Omni. Bear has been pretty good. So next month, this is nowhere near, but next month we're taking him on a car trip to my fiance's parents' place in Colorado. So he is going to be there, and he's going to love to see it. He likes that place. Not a huge fan of the giant, like, car ride, but, you know. Yeah, how you solve problems with people / tools / tech. Communication, prioritize. Prioritize is, I mean, it's still technically multitasking, but prioritizing is sort of like triaging and multitasking. I mean, those are all kind of the same thing, basically. I mean, this seems to be really close to what a normal management stuff. So, and then we're going to have tech stuff as well. So, how do you feel about being called Mr. Father? That's weird, but I'm not against it. Look, I'll be perfectly frank. As long as people don't call me Carrot Top, I'm kind of fine with a lot of different whatever you want to call me. Like that's all that I really care about. You can call me Headless, call me my first name, Lee, whatever. I'm not a huge fan of being called by my last name. That was weird. And when I was a substitute teacher, I had all the kids call me by my first name because I didn't like to just be called by my last name. And apparently that was so incredibly uncommon that every single kid was like, whoa, he's not using his last name when I was a substitute. So that was kind of funny. But yes, I do not like the one Carrot Top for probably obvious reasons. So for a glorious moment when there was a lot of snowboarding, I was called Sean White, and I was like, yes, hell yeah, that's awesome. And then I went back to Carrot Top. Or Napoleon Dynamite. I don't like either of those. But beyond that, I don't really care what people call me. Data-driven insights seems to be one. Also, there is a name I absolutely hate, which is the name Haley. So as I guess if new people hear, my first name is Lee, and I hate the word Haley because every single time someone says that, I look around and wave, and then, oh, they're like, no, I was talking to that person over there. So, yeah, I don't like the name Haley because for obvious reasons. Interesting, my 6th grade history teacher was the opposite, addressed as Mr. last name. Huh. I wonder if that's a generational thing or not. Like, I wonder if there were, like, nowadays teachers are called more by their first names or not. Call me daddy. All right. Well, that's on you. Nobody else has to call me that. I will hopefully be a father in about 2 years-ish. So, that's at least the current plan. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so we have stuff. And then these are going to be essentially like tech keywords. Is there anything else? So collaboration, technical and stakeholders, roadmaps, trade-offs. Is there, I mean, not a lot of these set it. Technical, product manager, AI. Obviously, that's going to require AI. Product management, development lifecycle, roadmap. Okay, these are keywords that I think are pretty important. Can I take some of these off? Maybe. These are a lot. Okay, that didn't show. Okay. I think this is... I still need to do one more, because this is a nightmare to find. MBA, APIs. There's a lot of APIs. Quite a lot of APIs. So let's do also API. There we go. This is a ton of keywords. My gosh. Okay, I think this is good. Let's do the resume. And they may have doxed themselves. I think they did, if not, but... I guess I have a situation. If you add A to the end of my name, it becomes a girl's name. Guess who was picked on a lot? I'll be honest. I was picked on a lot in school, but not for my name. So it was specifically during like middle school that I always remembered. Is there was a girl that was named Haley, and I was not friends with any of those people. So every time they'd be like Haley, and I look around and be like and then no. So. Can I submit my former resume's manager's behalf, or it's got to be my own? I'd prefer it to be your own. I'll be perfectly honest. I don't have any systems to really check that, but I want it to be your own, because then you can get kind of a dicey position of people just sending other people's resumes out here, and I don't want to, like, if they can submit, that's fine. If you want to use, like, your skip line for them, that's fine. I'd prefer they send it directly. So, I also used to go for these after-school tuitions with a girl that had a name, and my teacher would say names very properly. That's funny. That sucks, but that's funny. I get that. Haley is a problem with having a name that is only 3 letters is it's also a suffix to a lot of stuff. I think this is solid. Teachers always got my first name right, never my last name. Okay, my latest job showcase, we need that section focus more manager project section. So, but yeah, if they want to submit it, Clem, or if you want to use your your skip the line for them, again, that's okay. It can get kind of weird if you submit on others' behalf and then they find the YouTube channel and they're like, well, I didn't know X and Y, that kind of thing. So it's also the case of, I have found that in regards to, okay, yeah, if you ask him, I guess. I mean, I'd still prefer them do it, but I don't have a check for that. So, but there is a very real case of, I found, with helping other people's with their job search. And a big part of that is they will need to do more. Like, if you are helping someone on their job search more than them, they're probably not going to get a job. So there is a level of effort that needs to be put in. But yes, if you want to refer them to me, or yes, but I would be okay reviewing it. So it's just, again, like, it's the case of, it's really beneficial if you tell them to, that's fine. But the more work you put in over the other person, it can be like, hi, my name is, call me, I am not, nope. I keep things professional, all right? Chat may not, I do. And yes, this is still technically PG-13, even though I wish it was. Pretty sure thing, hi, my name is Lee Daddy, will get, lose a lot of opportunities. So, all right. This is a resume of a technical product manager. So, there's a ton of keywords here, I'll be honest, but we're not necessarily going to be looking for all of them. We're kind of going to bundle them up. So you can see them all here. There's a lot. In fact, some of them are even below that. The big ones are essentially going to be how many products you were working on, the size of that, who you interacted with. So, like, was it the technical team? Was it the stakeholders? Was it the customers? And how you solved problems specifically with people, tools, and tech. Some of the actual keywords are going to be like multitasking. I don't think triage is one. Actually, now that I think about it, B2B, SaaS, Jira, Scrum, API. A lot of it required API. I don't know why specifically API. AI if you haven't, and then development lifecycle, roadmaps, planning, agile methodologies, and backlog management. So again, I don't want you to panic that you need everything here. The main principle to know is how you solved problems with people, tools, and tech. Right? So, again, the summary is not needed. This adds nothing to it. Growth product manager. Okay, so technical big companies manage the clinical pair streams of work. Okay, this is so broad that it doesn't help. Short to long-term products. Again, I need to know how short-term, how long-term, along with budget. Define new KPIs, UX flows. Again, weirdly enough, I did not find KPIs a lot. I don't think it's a bad thing to include, but I don't know if that's actually a keyword, at least from the ones I've seen. Analytical dashboards, internal customer behavior. This is okay. Partner with UX, running customer surveys, interviews, gaining subject feedback. Oh, also, sorry, the person had a 150-to-1 ratio, so this is not getting them interviews. And let me just triple check that real quick. Yeah, so they have a 150 application to 1 interview ratio. So a one-step flow, which again, these are not what I'd be looking for. Okay, product manager, startups, again, done. See, again, you're too vague, right? You're telling me what, which is more important for IC roles. For non-IC roles and manager roles and roles like this, you really want to tell me how you did this. The how you did it is arguably more important than the what it actually was. So, oh, my dog came in. Hello, bear. So, yeah, there's basically nothing here I want. And this is almost a good sentence. And again, this is why people need to stop bolding, because these are none of the things that I'd want. In fact, there could be things on that list right up here that I missed because of the bolding. So, SaaS, AI, okay, this should, again, be in the bullet points. For, God, this bolding makes it so hard to read. AI, AWS is solid, customer reporting, streamlining work, again, not what I'm looking for. Indexing, no, don't care. I sound like a couple. So yeah, I'm going to stop looking down because there's no way a recruiter's going to go down that way. Your problem is you're not expanding how you did that. You're sort of focusing this like you are still a individual contributor. I need you to start thinking like a manager resume. And manager resumes are, more importantly, how you did that. Right? So created alerts for indexing of AWS open search, reducing false positives. That's cool. But like, I need to know not just how you did it, but why you did it. So I don't think there's a reason this is not good. None of the keywords are here, and you don't tell me how. Your almost good sentence is this, which is directed work with remote team. But you didn't tell me what kind of work. You didn't tell me the volume of the work or the remote team, or did they interface with other customers. So nothing about this resume really works, which is why you're not getting any interviews. So I want you to be specific, and I want you to focus on these things. And you can even look at the technical product managers. Is a lot of them are going to ask you specifically how you solved a problem, why you solved it, what resources did you use, and I don't see any of that here. So this definitely would not pass, and the 1-to-50 ratio is showing it as well. Let's go to the next resume. That's why I added Mr. That's fair. The Mr. does make it professional. You were right, Omni Dude. You were absolutely right. So, let's see. That's a creative product manager. That's funny. All right, let me add this to my keyword list, and then I will need to expand upon it because it is not done. Here, okay. Right, that's good. And then let's go to the next resume. In a second, I forgot I needed to add this. Oh, my sinuses are hurting me right now, man. Oh my gosh. I don't know if I slept wrong or what, but they are breaking me. 952M. 952. So now we're doing 953. Okay. Oops. This is project. Okay. Hi, Lee. Sending in my second draft of the resume after our transition to project manager. Attempted to make writing more demonstrative. Feels verbose now. How does the content feel? Are PM skills being reflected? Should I tack on a skills section? Probably not. I have my PMP cert, so I'm filling with PM with practical experience. Okay. We have an ad in 5 seconds, so I will do this resume after that. Oh no, what did I do? I clicked the wrong button. No. Okay, I didn't break everything. Good. Is that still going? That's good. And 9 to 3. Every time people do the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I always freak out. I'm like, oh god, no. They're saying the wrong thing. But yeah, okay, so that's good. Cert number, okay, good. Good. This is much better than last time already, which I will get into. This was the art teacher that wanted to be a PM, which they actually have a PMP cert too. So, it's let's see. So that's good. What am I looking for? Right keywords. Project manager. Bam. What is up with my formatting today? Okay, everything is broken. Let's fix this. Okay, let's go down there. Is that good? Is that legible? Can people see this? Does this need to be a little larger? Let's do a little larger. There we go. That's too large. Let's do one more up. Ugh. Okay, is this legible? I cannot tell from the screen. I am on the 5th of March. So, and I will probably get to, at a bare minimum, the 7th of March. But again, not all the dates are equal, because some days I have like 1 submittal and other days I have 5. So, but yeah, this is currently the 5th. Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure this was legible, because this is the most important part, and I just want to make sure it's seen. So, because it's major. Oh, man. Okay. And we're away we go after this ad break in a couple of seconds. Back. All right. So, this is the resume of a project manager. This is the second go for this person. This was the art teacher that wanted to be a project manager. So, already formatting wise looks much better. Excuse me. Okay, you know what? I can redo that one. I don't want to just start that with a acid reflux. Feel like Rick Sanchez, and I absolutely hate it. I did not even eat anything today. I hate acid reflux so much. All right, let's redo this. This is a resume review of a project manager. This is the second one this person sent in. This was the art teacher on episode. I forgot the episode number. So what we're going to be looking for again is PMP, CSM certs, customers, stakeholders, agile industry, number of team members, matrix cross-functional, number of projects, budgets, multitask, how you used resources, and how you solved problems. So project manager, let's see, educator with 5-year experience, managing creative projects, transitioning to project management. Again, you do not need this Excel. I want people to stop bragging in their resumes, especially here. All you need to say is transitioning. In fact, you did the order wrong. You don't need the 5+. Just say transitioning to project management from education. All right, that's all I need. Just that basic, just that simple. You don't even necessarily need this bolded. It can just be very basic. This, while longer than 3, is fine. I don't know if you need your bachelor's if you have your master's, truthfully. Arts and education. Yeah, I don't think you need the bachelor's unless you're applying to like fashion places. So you can keep this in 3 and you'll just keep this. All right, so over 5 years, designed and implemented 40 plus art projects, owning each stage of the project lifecycle, teaching 200 plus students annually, managing 7 class sections of the 36 students, and ensuring projects met organization wide. Okay, so your first thing, I want to be clear, this is much better than it was, and this is written in a way I want it. The first thing I need, though, is to show how those art projects were sort of equivalent to a manager. I think you wrote it the right way. I just need a little bit, like, because was it just like finger painting, or was this like a large amount of stuff? So within 2 months, redesigned our curriculum for remote instruction during COVID pandemic. This is actually solid. Created unit and lesson plans, determined quality metrics, and implemented curriculum across 4 classes via Zoom. Improved digital literacy. Okay, yes, okay. I think you're trying to brag about some stuff. Which is, you did say, is it too verbose? And I think some of it is, yes. You're trying to brag. I know this is going to sound weird. I don't necessarily need you to brag. Sales is one of the places where I need people to brag, but in most other resumes, you don't really need to brag. You need to show what it is. And if you start bragging, it's going to sound weird. So, managed 2 large-scale 2-month art projects. No organization president, overseeing 15 to 20 users students for each project. Executive collaborator, leading daily project sessions. And about team windows, course correction. Again, so you're trying to overcompensate with the experience and with the bragging, right? Like, I don't need to say, like, daily project check-ins and whatever is okay, right? But I don't need to know, like, course correct inefficiencies, align students to project goals. We can write this simpler, right? So I want to do instead manage 2 groups of X amount of art students where we did Y, which ended up being selected for the professional art gallery by identifying bottlenecks, course correcting, and aligning students to project goals, right? That kind of stuff. You're trying to be overly verbose in your language of bragging, and that's not what I really need. So with each project, created comprehensive planning documentation. See, again, you're saying, like, with each project, I just need you to say, and I need you to state it, created planning documentation on, like, Excel, Word, or whatever, which included scope, task requirements, and timelines by resource. So I actually think you stand a much better chance now, but we're going to need to fix this and fine-tune it. So spearheaded annual changes for leveraging parental follow-up, classroom behavioral needs, channel communication. Again, this is to, like, I don't care as much about the numbers. I care that you've done what I want, right? And what I want is that you've talked to the customers or stakeholders. In this case, would be probably parents or internal education admin. We don't really have team members or cross-functional, but I do have the number of projects you've done. You want to know how you use those resources and how you solved it, right? Like, and I know you're middle school transitioning to teach adults, which honestly makes sense. I used to be a substitute teacher, and, like, I've seen what teachers do. That's rough. Like, kids can be sometimes a lot harder to manage than adults. So, yeah, again, see, this one is good. It's just, I need to know what those trends were, right? Like, so you're trying a little too hard to make it a brag, and that's the biggest problem. But other than that, I think if we fine-tune it a little bit, you'll be much better situated. Now, because you are transitioning industries, you're still going to have a pretty tough ratio, but you're actually going to stand a chance now, because the people that move you forward, they say, okay, this is exactly what you are. You are a middle school teacher transitioning directly into corporate. I understand this is not direct corporate experience, but you do have related experience. Because with the other one you did, you'd get there and then you talk about the experience and you get rejected. This will give you a lot less false positives. So basically, I need you to condense this a little bit. I need a little less bragging and more why you did stuff and some of the numbers and that kind of stuff. But we are in a much better state. So I hope that made sense. I know that was kind of tricky. Manager resumes are a little trickier to write with than just individual contributors, specifically because of how you need to write the bullet points. So let's go to the next resume. They didn't tell us the ratio. Also, I got a hair in my mouth. Did that make sense to people, what I just said? Awesome. There we go, Pretzel. We will do it. But yeah, I want to make sure that what I just said made sense. And then I will do your skip. All right. Pretzel, I'm going to whisper you in this whisper. All right. You are going to, right here, not the main chat, give me your email so I can see. Also, give me a second. I think I need to turn on the AC. I am like burning up in here. Okay, got it. Let me do this. Resumes, we did that. That was 93.1. That is 93.4. Okay. All right. So this would be 95 point. Let me just mark this. 95.35. I know that sounds weird. I just need to keep my internal documentation correct. So this was a skip function. Right, I didn't actually download this resume yet. So this was a whiles away. All right, let's make sure. Okay, we're good. We're good. And no doxing. There we go. All right. So let me look about what you are. Data engineer. Okay. So we are doing data engineer specifically, which I think we just did earlier today. That was the first one. Yeah, it was the first one I did here, which I just saved. So, data engineer. Let me make sure I did save it, and then we'll go. I swear I did this. My mind is gone today. Python Rust. Okay. You live in Canada. Okay, so I needed to confirm this list anyway. So let's check out and see if this is correct. So we're going to do Canada. We're not going to do your individual province because, you know, that's somewhat applying to the U.S., but less of a focus. Yeah, it will be harder. Again, I think you have the whatever your visa is. I don't know the visas right now, but let's check Canada first because that's going to be your primary market. And then let's see. So these are the positions that pop up. I assume these are good. Fraser Health. Qualifications, bad job description. Okay, yeah, not all job descriptions are created equal. And this one is not. This is a bad job description. Yes, it is. Okay, so data engineer 1, let's just look at this. Bachelor's. So we have data science or consulting. Why is there a thing on there? So we do have SQL, architected data models. Do I have data models on here? Let's look again. I don't know if Python and Rust and Scala should actually be there. So let's do data, anything that has that. We have algorithms, architected models. Okay, auto query, performance, clear document code, strong communication. Here we go. This is critical. Not data warehouse. We're going to do ability to communicate specifically. To communicate data. Complex topics, right? This is huge. Complex topics. This is going to be big. 2 non-techs. Yeah, data engineer job descriptions are worst. So many varieties and more AWS focused, but I would go for whatever. Luckily, it doesn't seem they care too much about the cloud, but again, this is what we were doing to look, right? This is the most important part. Okay, so it does look like R and Python are there. I guess I should have put that. R, Python. And again, you don't need necessarily all of this. You just need some of this. Let's see. That analytical. Okay, this one, though, was important. So let me redo how I should actually focus this, because this can get kind of dicey. So We are going to break this down into a couple of topics. We're going to do not like soft skills, but this is going to be the soft skills section. This is going to be the actual tools. And so we are going to do Python, R, and then we're going to do SQL, cloud, data visualization, so like BI, Tableau. What is Looker? Is Looker a data visualization thing? Okay, so that's fine. Looker. Again, Looker sounds like a threat to me, right? Like Looker, data visualization. I'm going to keep R in because I've seen it in a couple. All right, and then we have here, I mean, ideally just the word data is important. So just data, just data. Let's see, then we are going to move this to, just to make this more legible, big data, cloud. We have ETL, we have Tableau, we have Looker, we have Power. Okay, there we go. Good. This is a lot cleaner to look at. And then we have specifically communicate complex topics. So we're also going to maybe do these just to see. Those may not stick, but now we're looking at others. All right. What you may have, don't do that. Python, Scala, Ruby, and SQL, tools, Spark, Kafka. Spark is pretty good. Databricks, data warehousing, maybe data warehousing. Communication, okay, so we're pretty close. If I see another data warehousing, I'm going to add it to the list. ETLs, Python, PySpark, and SQL. Okay, you're right. You are correct in that we can remove R. That was a good call. So, Mr. Headhunter, hey Mug, are you having a good day? I am, yes-ish. I am feeling a lot better. I have the health issues that are not deadly, but they are very annoying, and they just flare up from now and then. So, I'm feeling a lot better today. Looker is like Tableau, but Google's version. Oh, okay, I didn't know that. That's interesting. So, but yes, how are you, Mug? How are you doing? SQL, Databricks. I saw Databricks. Like there's definitely gonna be some. I'm gonna put this as like a bonus, right? So we're gonna have this as a bonus, which is gonna be these. Okay, and then let's keep going. I just need to confirm these, and this is why it is an ongoing process. Apache Spark. Spark is huge. Did I have Spark? Spark is massive. I keep seeing Spark. ML Ops, Python, SQL. Okay, I think we're good. I'm gonna do one more though, because it's always good for me to double check. So, sounds like gout. No, that's not gout. I have hormone issues. I have a pituitary tumor, which I want to be clear is benign. I have had it for decades. I'm not dying. And it just messes with my hormones sometimes. It is a microedema or something. All right. Well, yeah, but you shouldn't list. You need to list what they have, but I get that makes sense of that one. So, Cloud, Python, SQL, Snowflake. See Snowflake a lot too. All right. I think that is enough. So let's go to your actual resume. I'll pray for you if you want me to operate on the tumor. I'll do it for 80% off. How experienced are you on operating on it? Again, I want to be clear. Not life-threatening. I've had it since I was like 15, 18 years ago. Yeah, I know. That's why I immediately have to say it's not. I've had it for decades. Literal decades. It's just I'm on medication on and off for it because sometimes it flares up. Sometimes I just need the medication. Sometimes I have to go off of it, and I have to do MRIs to make sure there's nothing bad with it, and typically there's nothing bad with it. Again, I've had it since I was 17. I am 36 now, so no need to panic. It just messes with me, and some days my hormones are out of it, and I'm just like, oh. So, all right, let's do this. So, as per usual, Pretzel, I'm going to kind of not really pay attention to chat until this, and then we can go over this more. this is a resume review of a data engineer. So I have actually updated the list of what we would need for keywords, because I was like 90% correct, but I made it more legible, and there were one or two things. So if you were still watching from the first one, data engineer, these are a little bit more accurate keywords, at least in Canada. This was a search specifically for Canada, so I'm starting it with that. So what we're looking for is Python, SQL, Cloud, data visualization, so BI, Tableau, Looker, ETL. We're looking for the word data. I know that's basic, but like, I want to see like data warehouse, data lake, data architecture, data analytics. The word data preceding as a prefix is what we want. Then I want big data, such as Spark. Spark was in a ton of them. So ideally Spark. Also, I do not need to double up on Cloud. We already had that. And then this is, again, primarily very important, ability to communicate complex topics to a non-technical person. This was huge. This was in a lot of them. And these are the bonus ones. These are nice to have, but again, they're not going to probably be a disqualifier, which is Databricks, Snowflake, Skibbity, Learn, Pandas, NumPy, XGB Boost, and TensorFlow. I hate IT names. So, this person is in the chat right now. So after I review their resume, I'm going to help them out in how to fix it a little bit more, which is what you get when you come on my stream. So let's begin. Oh, also, I should actually check your ratio first. That's important. You have 100 to 1, which isn't great. Again, that's not good. I'd say like a D minus. Again, that's like not the worst, but 100 to 1 is pretty bad. And you were wondering if you had a skills section, so no. Do not add a skills section for this. So, what we're looking for, design an endless scalable data lake architecture is good. Where were you when I was hunting for a data lake person? On AWS, build cloud-based database, that's fine, in Redshift. Again, so I think you said something about what Redshift is, which is, you actually did say this and I cannot find it. Redshift is the AWS version of Warehouse. Okay. Including Star and Snowflake. That's fine. Led data migrations to AWS. Okay. ETL, Python, SQL. Lambda. These are kind of what I'm looking for. Part of my issue, though, is it's good that you have more than one AWS. That's good. Part of what I'm missing, though, do we have big data? Because that was huge. Do we have big data? Again, they're not going to go down there. Do we have Spark? Okay, we do have Spark. That's good. So I think what you did is you overdid some of the keywords here, and we are missing some. So what I have is good is Python, I have SQL, we have Cloud, we have Spark, which is good, but I'm missing the sort of soft skills, right? Like your job as a data engineer is not just doing the tech stuff. And I there's a lot of times where people say, I'm going to be so good at tech that I'm never going to have to deal with another person again. And unfortunately, as a subject matter expert in tech, which a data engineer should be, you're going to have to deal with people more so than normal. We also have ETL, but there's a lot of superfluous stuff here, right? So this is fine, although it's formatted a little weird. Just put parentheses. And you don't need to add, like, AWS Lambda, Glue, and CloudWatch can probably be actually removed. We can check after this. So you have too much AWS. I know that sounds weird, but the AWS, like I want it to be in about 2 to 3 places, but AWS pops up. I don't know why it's not all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7 times, right? 7 times in your first one. It's good that have it like 2 or 3, but don't have that much AWS. Because I really do need, and I don't think I'm seeing this, any complex topics to non-technical people. So you sort of added a couple of other non-critical stuff, and you added too much AWS, which I think is part of the issue. So there's also too much here, and I think your formatting is a little off. I don't know. Is this 10.5 Arial? It may be, but I don't think so. Feels like it's not, but we'll see. CICD. So the thing is, you sort of over-engineered it, which is kind of typical. And we do have your bachelor's. That's good. Oh, that's also, this should not be bolded. I was wondering also why this was hard to read. This should not be bolded. This should be like here, one line right here and italicized. There's a reason I have it italicized, and in one line is it makes it easier to read this stuff. So, yeah, we have too many keywords, and we're missing a couple, which is, again, primarily the how you use that stuff. So, will this pass? If it's a heavy AWS thing, yeah, but if they're looking more for somebody to explain this as like a subject matter expert or handle that kind of stuff, not really. So let me go work on, they're in chat, so let me go work with them, and then I'll go to the next resume. Okay, so did that make sense? Is there anything you're a little confused about, etc., etc.? But yeah, you overdid it on the keywords. Because this, again, like, this is all there really was. And basically Python. In fact, did you even have... Yeah, you have SQL. Yeah, you have too many. Because, like, AWS here is good. AWS here is okay, but you can't have it 6 or 7 times in the first one. Think so. There were my notes so far. Remove Lambda, Glue, CloudWatch, remove AWS to 2 to 3 bold, unbold header, and add more non-technical. Yeah. Primarily, I want to know how you taught, like, if you could say, and I don't want you to lie, but if you could say, like, non-technical stakeholders, that's ideal, right? If you could say, explained what X and Y is to non-technical stakeholders, which resulted in Y, that would be perfect. But your job is going to be not just people, it's talking about them. And I don't need cross-functional, right? I specifically need you to be the subject matter expert. So, I mean, realistically, they may not even get to your second experience. ETL with Hive, PyPark, prove accuracy. Again, what is the format in this? Is this right? I can't actually tell if what formatting this is. Is it 10.5? I feel like something's off about this formatting too. So, build data pipelines, dark semantics, influencing over business opportunity. Yeah, no, I don't need you to say influencing business. I need to do the individual people. Advise. Yeah, this is solid. This one's solid. Advise a team of 15 executives regularly and mentor. So I think I need to know a little bit more about this. Yeah, okay, that's it. 10 Arial? No. 10.5 Arial? Yes. I know that's very specific, but 10 Arial is hard to read. 10.5 Arial is perfect. I don't know why that 0.5 makes that much difference, but it does. So even if it's 2 pages, that's fine. That's okay. 10.5 is what you want, because that's partly the problem with it. And this right here, they may never get to it because this is all the way down here, but I want a little bit more about this. Like, advise a team of 15 stakeholders regularly on topics such as Y so that they can make informed decisions or something. And then, honestly, I think you may want to cut out 2 bullet points from one of these. Not these in particular, but just about 2 bullet points. Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8... a little much. We want between about 5 to 7, and I think since you have a lot of the same experience, this can be combined. So I think ideally about 5 bullet points, and then that way you could have this up here or here so that they could read it. So, because arguably this is very important as well. So yes, this is essentially over-engineered. You fix the formatting, fix the over-engineer things, and I think we're going to get much better. It's just you over-engineered it. Because, like, here, we can even, again, this is a good way to test, and here's why. So we're going to do data engineer, right, in Canada. Let me make sure y'all can see this. This is a good way to check if a keyword is needed. So first off, put this in quotation marks, because we need to see how many. It immediately undid the quotation marks. Crud. All right, so we're going to put this in quotation marks, see how many. This is giving us 369 results. Let's go and now we can test a keyword. So you had specifically, there's so many of them. Let's look at CloudWatch, right? Let's look at CloudWatch. 5. Out of those 365, only 5 have it. And that actually may just be pulling up this. So CloudWatch doesn't need to be there. Then we can do Glue. One thing is glue. Then we can do lambda. Nothing with lambda. Absolutely nothing. And then we can do... I mean, I wonder how many if I do AWS. Probably a lot. 158, which is solid, because a lot of them are probably also going to say cloud or one other that. So, yeah, that was it, cloud. So, that way you can tell... This, again, this goes for everybody. Snowflake, you can tell how many things are in there, all right? And it's not always perfect, because, yeah, but it at least shows you how popular those keywords can be. So if you see it in one job description, that's not enough. You need to see it in about 5 to 7. So that's why you need to do that. And again, this is Python and Snowflake here. So Snowflake wasn't even that impressive. But Kafka, 282. So that goes for everybody, is you do your title in quotation marks to see how many there are. And then you do the space and all caps and then the keyword. And that can give you a clue about specifically if that is important or not. So that goes for everybody. Yes, there we go. Boolean searches are amazing. Again, LinkedIn kind of doesn't always do it right, so just be careful. Make sure you have a other one. But yeah, this goes, again, for anybody with technical stuff. You can just see how many keywords there are there. The fact that we just do Kafka alone, 282, 1,000. But that's in some software engineering position. So you need the, and again, it's going to look like quotation marks, name of title, and quotation marks, and put in X. And XXX. So. Let's see that. With that and Canadian market. Data engineer, let's see this. Date posted past week. 158 is solid. That seems, let's see, so 50, 15, we should be a 1 in 25 should be the goal. I'm going to say this again when the ad's over, but I think 1 in 25. If you're applying early. Oh, Rivian. I knew a recruiter that worked there. Oh, hey, I know Leah. She's awesome. I worked with her too. She's cool. This is really fun seeing this. I didn't know why they have that in there, but that's really neat. So I guess she's at a TD Ameritrade now. Well, I hope. She's awesome. I liked Leanne Chen when I worked with her. So. But yeah, I'm gonna make a guess is that based on how crowded this market is, probably 1 in 25, 1 in 40 if you start adding the stuff. No, I don't think you can use that. I don't know if she remembers me. Let me be clear. I worked with her like twice or 3 times briefly. So I wish I could say you could use her as a reference, but if you do, she's gonna be like, who is that guy and why does he know me? But yeah, I again, if you applied, now if you did apply to that job, you haven't gotten anything back, just in about 3 to 4 days from when you applied, just message the recruiter and be like, hey, I applied to X and Y. Like, how do they prefer to be contacted? Oh, okay, right. So the first thing you need to do, if you let me redo all of this, so let me brain. So this is how people do the Boolean search real quick. You do this, which is going to be first you do the name of job title right here. You do this exactly, no more spaces than needed. Then you do that again and do in all caps the keyword, and that will show you how many jobs have it. So that is how that works. Now, how to contact a recruiter or somebody else in the company, etc., etc. All you need to do is you just need to, after you apply, that is the keyword. You need to apply first because a lot of these, and if you actually, hold on, let me see if they have this. Let me see if they have the, okay, I get that. Let's see, do they have this at Carfax? They may not. Not everything has this, but has a rec number. Okay, So first off, you need to apply. So first, you apply to the job. That's what you do. Then about 2 to 3 days later, if you haven't gotten any response back, because 2 to 3 days is about average, you can email the recruiter, and ideally, if you have the rec number, which is going to be a very random string of numbers, put that in the title and just say, hey, X, I applied to the job on Y, which was, if you have the rec number that. I was just wondering if I could get any feedback. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. That's it. That's fine. That's all it could be. Now, if you directly know the person, right? If you know the person, you say, hey, X, I'm looking to apply to Y job, or I've already applied. Is there any way I could get a recommendation, or what is the process to that? So that's how you do it. And it really, again, this is going to be depending on how powerful your reference is. Typically, if it's not the manager or somebody who directly reports to the manager, it's much less powerful. But sometimes it's sort of like a skip the line button that you just did. So, but ideally, once you fix everything, you should probably be getting a 1 in 30, 1 in 25 to 1 in 35. That's going to be my guess. So, did I get all the points? Remove Lambda, Glue, CloudWatch, remove AWS 2 to 3. Yes. 2 to 3 in each job posting. So, like, in each job description. So, 2 to 3 in job 1, 2 to 3 in job 2 is fine. Add more non-technical topics, temporary aerial, explain, advise on topics. Yes. Especially if you can do, like, here's also a good way to slip in a keyword is advised stakeholders on AWS blank and Y so they could decide why. That's a good one, because that shows that you're a subject matter expert and you know how to talk about it. Cut out 2 bullet points, 5 to 7. Move advised bullet point up first. Advised bullet point should be either first or second, I would say. Really depends on if you can get in some other non-technical stuff. If a keyword in resume show up more than 7 times in the Boolean search, remove it. I would say if it's more like if it's this is where you have to sort of use your brain. And this is a creative part, but like if it shows up in 7 out of 300 jobs, remove it. If it shows up in like 20% of jobs, maybe keep it, you know? That's that last part of if you should remove it or not. You're really going to have to be a little creative, but essentially yes, cuz if it's in 20 out of 100 jobs, that's worth it. If it's in 20 out of 2,000 jobs, probably not. If it's in 20 out of 150 jobs, that's solid. So you're going to have to kind of be a little creative with that. I can't tell you directly how many, but essentially, like, what is the likelihood of the person actually recognizing it? So, but yes, other than that, that's basically it, which is a lot. Did that record? I'm going to be upset if that didn't record. Okay, that did record. Boop. There we go. Okay, really appreciate advice. Overall, if you saw this resume and had to guess a ratio, what would it be? Realistically, I think it would probably be 1 in 70. No, because I think it has some of the technical aspects, but it doesn't really show like a lead, and I think you're going to be applying to lead positions. So it reads more like what I would want for sort of an entry level or like barely mid-level data engineer, rather than what I assume, which is going to be more lead based on your levels of experience. So the current resume you have, again, I don't think it's great because it's the formatting, but even if you don't change any of the content, I think I think it would probably help, because like it's hard to read, right? Okay. The problem with your resume is there's so much and it's so dense, and you have a repeat of a bunch of words that I will not necessarily want, is that it's easy to miss what you do have. So based on how crowded that is, I honestly would have guessed it's a 1 to 75. But because like you do have some of the keywords, it's so hard to read them, right? Because again, this is the League of Legends metaphor that I've said before, right? Like you have sort of the problem with the League of Legends metaphor, which I think I've said to you all. So if you need me to say that again, but it's very incomprehensible from a non-technical perspective, and it's possible that a lot of recruiters there are not going to necessarily have the technical know-how to see it, or will alternatively miss it in the mass of the applying. So that's my issue with it. It's weirdly enough primarily a formatting more than a bullet point, even though you can add more bullet points. Got it. Good. All right, we're going to go to the next resume. Ba-da-ba. Okie dokie. I should have eaten breakfast. No, I shouldn't have. I'm on a diet. We're doing the right thing. You get to eat breakfast when you're done with the Streamly. That's the rules. You have chili that your fiance made, and you're going to eat that, and it's going to be good. And you can wait the 2 hours. All right. Let's see. I have not been able to get past phone interviews. Okay, that's an interesting statement. Not sure I should be answering generic questions. What are you looking for? What do you mean to decide where to look? I mean, if they don't have the... That's actually interesting. That's not necessarily always a resume issue. But it can be. Okay, full stack. Why is this? Is full stack this, or is it one word? Is full stack 2 words, or is it 1 word? I don't know. I don't know enough about it. So. Okay, so they haven't been able to do that. Let's go. This is a resume review of a full stack software engineer. I don't know what a full saxophone engineer would be. So, their issue is, they said it's about a 1:75 ratio, which isn't great. They're saying, I have not been able to get it past the phone interview question. See, that's a little interesting to me, because that implies it implies your resume is potentially not showing what they actually need, or alternatively, you're doing something that is giving off the impression that could reject you. But typically for HR screens, those are not real interviews. That is a topic I go over a lot on my Twitch, so my live stream. If I can answer you more there, that's just not a real easy YouTube topic. So if you come into my live stream, ask me that, I would be glad to answer. But essentially, what you want to, like, what are you looking for in a new job, or what made you decide to look for a new role? You need to say something that ensures that you're not insulting the previous company and implies that you will not leave the company you're applying to. So. But for a full stack, what we're looking for is TypeScript, JavaScript, CSS, HTML, Node, Angular, SQL, React, API, REST, Cloud, Agile, CI/CD, and any extra languages such as Python, C, Java, or Git. Git is not a language, or maybe it is. I don't know. I just teach this stuff. I don't actually know the code itself. Coding is magic. So, new features for multiple AWS using Visual Basic, JavaScript, okay, MySQL. Participated in the, again, the formatting here is off. Participated in the entire development process from initial design to final testing. Nothing about that is, I don't have any keywords there, and that sentence can be removed. Statically upgraded software, again, this is not what I'm looking for. It's MySQL's good, but I need more than analyze existing software, maintain SQL stored processes. So again, I only have SQL and JavaScript. Yeah, also the formatting here is a little off, but I only have SQL and JavaScript. I need TypeScript, I need CSS, I need HTML, I need Node, I need Angular. And again, you don't necessarily have to have all of them, but I want more than just JavaScript and that. ASP.NET, I think, was a C# one, and that's not as common. Again, these are going to be the most common keywords. So... distributed work, okay, this is fine. I get why you have this here. That's okay. In fact, it's actually pretty good because it shows your experience and you stick with the same company for a while. Diploma, Bachelor of Science, what? Okay, so your formatting's off, and first off, your formatting is way off. Your education should be up top. Because you got a diploma, but I don't know if this is important or not. But a math major is actually kind of beneficial. People do like that. Wait, what do you mean partial? Okay, I'm very confused. I don't understand this at all, and that's not good. You never want your recruiter to be not understand it. So I'm going to need you to tell me a little bit more about this because I don't understand any of why you wrote that. So this doesn't make sense to me. The formatting's off. Projects, again, ASP.NET, which is not a keyword I'm going to be looking for. Technology, ASP.NET, again, data tables. The reason you may be failing the HR one is you may read well enough for recruiters because they see SQL, they see JavaScript, they see full stack, and then you get to the actual interview and they pass that on to the manager, and the manager says, no, this is not what I want. This is not the type of coding I want. So your formatting is bad, and your bullet points are very, very anemic. There's barely anything here. These are what I want, right? These are the most important ones. Right here. Right here. These are important. Okay? This is what I want. This is a benefit and a bonus, but ideally, this is what I'm looking for, and I don't find this. So my guess of why you keep failing the HR interviews is not how you answer those questions, but when they talk about your experience and it shows to the manager says they don't need what you have, which is why we need to fix this. So the formatting needs to be fixed, and you need to rewrite these bullet points. Most all of them, truthfully. I mean, there's just nothing here. They're too vague. There's a bug. Sorry. Yeah, there's like a fly. Anyway, that signals the end of this review. Let's go to the next resume. So I need better bullet points and better formatting for this one to pass. I hope that fly did not spike the mic. It's always hard for me to tell sometimes. So. All right, I have a ratio of 89 to 1 offer. I'm preparing for next volunteers project better. I'll align better with the keywords and such to cut down my professional experience. Okay. Let's see. Oh boy. Oh, sorry, y'all. Rough hormone day. I thought I was better, but I may not be. Give me like 1 second. I'm gonna go take an aspirin. See if that helps. Okay, took some aspirin, or whatever it's called. So hopefully that'll kick in soon, and I will feel a little better. Also blew my nose, just in case it was sinuses. Full stack. Nope. Intern. It's an intern, not a full stack. There we go. Alrighty. This is a resume review of a software development intern. So this person has a actually kind of okay for intern. It's not great, but it's like barely passing. They have an 89-to-1 ratio, which they got an offer, which is very good. And they're preparing for next fall, and they want to make sure their projects align with the keywords and stuff. And if they should cut down their professional experience, probably no. All right. So the first thing is your formatting is a little bit off. All right, not the worst off. This is going to take like 5 minutes to fix. Is there should be a space between these, right? So it's going to be here. There's a teeny little space right there. And then from work history, there's also a single space that needs to be here, which I actually messed up. That this is double space. This is double space. It should be one space. So this needs to have a single space. This needs to have a single space. And you can see here there's a single space. So that's all. That'll take you like 5 minutes to fix. Otherwise, this is fine formatting. I just wanted to make sure that you caught that because it'll make it a lot easier to see. Yes, if it goes past a page, that's fine. It's really not a huge deal. People worry too much about pages. Again, the most important thing is the first half of your resume. So what we're going to be looking for as an engineer intern is basic knowledge of tech stack. So the library, software, SQL Cloud, ability to work well with others. You take direction and criticism. So you utilized Ensemble. This is a system admin. Okay. So wait, are you doing software engineer or system admin? Okay, you did say software engineer. Yeah, I am going to need some keywords here. So this is good, right? Deployed a 15-page dynamic scalable web application using Kubernetes, Docker, WordPress, MySQL, HTML, and CSS. Good. Architected, Linux nodes, AWS. I would prefer some basic stuff like the language. Again, I know this is not how they teach you in school, but at least from my experience in the corporate world, managers really care what language you know. So like really want to know if it's Python, if it's C#, if it's Java, that kind of thing. So at least for backend, I know front end can be a little bit different. So yeah, I am missing sort of your backend language, and there's not much here. Really, but that's kind of because that's a system admin and you're really looking for software. So data science, let's see, Spearman, and then NumPy is good, Tableau is okay. Again, I'm missing kind of the basic tech stack. Like this is great, this is what I want to see. I would not remove your internships though, because internship experience is very much a win more kind of thing, and that the more you have, the better it looks to get other internships. Once you get one, it's easier to get more. So I would keep these, and I'd try to. This is also solid. Like I really like these keywords. So yeah, fix the formatting a little bit, and what's really kind of holding you back is this is not software engineer, so maybe either shrink this or alternatively just talk about how you specifically were able to work well with others and take direction and criticism in a single bullet point or two, and then focus, because this is really what I'd be looking for. Like this is a solid, fantastic one, which is worked in a team of 4 to develop a full stack AI image analysis application, determine disaster resilience using Python, TypeScript, React, HTML, and CSS. That is perfect. So I kind of want the rest of them like that because I'm missing SQL, I'm missing the backend language, I'm missing cloud. Those are kind of the things I'm missing. It's not huge. So yeah, just fix those. Shouldn't take too long. Yeah, this was a quick one. I don't think there's going to be a ton of stuff that needs to be fixed. The dates are overlapping here, but it's an intern, so things can get a little wonky with the dates there. So in summation, yes, you are missing some keywords, and your formatting is a little bit off, not a ton off, but a little bit off. And once that's fixed, you should have a much better ratio. But even then, a 1:75 ratio for a internship application is like a C-. It still passes. It's that rough out there because it's graded on a curve. So that's it for this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me out. If you all want to help me, that's how you do it. You like, comment, and subscribe. And stop by my Twitch channel Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. PST where I give this advice live. So let's go to the next video. Yes. Whoops. But yeah, this is pretty solid. And again, this is almost the perfect formatting. And I think people can start to see, now that they're seeing these, how it's a little easier to read and where those things make issues. Because, again, recruiters are not looking at a singular resume for 20 minutes. They're looking at 20 resumes in 10 minutes. That's actually about the average. So it's about 20 resumes in 10 minutes. And when you start viewing them that fast, you can easily miss stuff if the formatting isn't correct. So, oh, this is neat. I wonder what martial arts they are. I like martial arts. I have judo every Tuesday and Thursdays, and judo is fun. Am I good at it? No. Do I like it? Yes, because it is healthy, and that is much harder at 30 to start doing exercises than it was when I was much younger. Okay, so this person put their contact info, so give me a second, which I wish they didn't. Let's move this down here. There we go. So now it cannot be seen. And what the heck are they? They're a junior engineer. What? I am desperate for a job in IT. Okay, but that doesn't tell me enough. I want to be clear. I'm not hiring you directly. I am here to teach you how to get a job, person. I cannot directly hire you. So unless you are a nurse in Oklahoma or, a radiological tech in a couple of states, it's because I have to go where the businesses are hiring. That's the sad part. I wish I had that ability to just hire everybody. And they didn't give me anything. I'm assuming this is a software engineer. What the hell is this? Hey. Let me snooze this ad too. So no ads. This is a resume review of a junior engineer. What kind of engineer? I don't know. They did not tell me. All they said is that they are desperate for a job in IT, which I get that. Like, IT market is cooked. Is that what kids say? But it's bad. It's really bad. It's very, very bad. It's probably the worst it's been since the .com crash, and apparently a couple of people from the .com crash say it's still worse than that. So it's very, very bad right now, especially getting your first job, and that's why I want to do this, so I can help people get their first jobs by reviewing their resumes and that kind of stuff, because it's brutal out there. But I need to help you. I need more than just junior engineer, because I don't know what that is. Now, admittedly, this person is not in the United States, so, and I'm a U.S.-based recruiter, so maybe there's some differences culturally, but I can only judge this based on if I would in the United States. So what I'd be looking for is, again, it's gonna depend. A full stack developer, a back-end developer, and a front-end developer are all going to have different keywords that are going to be looking for. I understand in school they teach you how to do all of it, but when you start applying, you need to pick one. You absolutely need to pick one. Otherwise, you're not going to have it. So let's review that with that knowledge. And if you like this stuff, please like, comment, and subscribe, or check out my live stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. PST. If you stick there long enough, I give you a skip the resume line button. So that is something that happens if you stay on my stream. But let's help this person. So this formatting is off. I don't care about this at all. Every time they use leverage. Technical skills. Again, this needs to be under the bullet points, not here. This entire section is not worth it. Interns, where's your school? Why is your education at the bottom? Okay. Okay, so this is clearly from India because they say Indian certificate of secondary school. I don't know how important these things are in India. I'll be perfectly frank. Here, if I can scroll down. I can't fully scroll down. All right, well. But if you have your bachelor's, you don't really usually need the other stuff in the United States. Like, you don't need to say your high school if you graduated with a bachelor's. If you graduated with a master's, you don't need to say your bachelor's, etc., etc. So I'm assuming it's the same over there, but maybe it's not. But yeah, this resume is really bad. This is kind of the problem here in as a review, is there's nothing here. Like, it's not just that the formatting's off. These bullet points don't give me anything, right? Like, if you're applying for a full stack engineer, I'd need TypeScript, JavaScript, HTML, and CSS, along with SQL and Cloud. If you were applying for a backend Java engineer, I would need like Spring, Maven, Java. If you were applying for a C# backend, I need C#, ASP.NET, I think, and a couple of others. I'm a little rusty on the C#. And if you're applying for front end, I would need something completely different. So you said full stack, which is fine, and you can check out any of my videos because there's almost a full stack engineer in each video, but these are not what I'm looking for. Yes, I'm glad that you had HTML, CSS, and Python, but I need more. I don't need you to say gained experience. I need you to say what you did. I don't care that you gained experience. I care what you did, and I don't see what you did here. So fix the formatting, right? I want this formatting, first, last name, then phone number, LinkedIn portfolio. I don't know if you need to do citizenship status or not in India. Again, I've never recruited in India, or I don't know what the equivalent of city state is, so this section might be skipped. Then I want you to put your education and certificates, no more than 3, but realistically probably only 1 line. Then your work history, and then you can do your projects. And yeah, I don't see anything there, right? Like that's kind of the issue, is there's nothing here. The only thing I see is HTML, CSS, SQL, and Python. And that's good, but I need to know how you used it. If I do not see what the skill is, which you have, how you used it, which I don't see, and why you used it, which I also don't see, it doesn't count. And those need to be under the bullet points. So I understand you are desperate for a job, but you need to write your resume in a different way, because that is absolutely destroying your chances. So let's move to the next resume. By the way, SSH1, if you're here, let me know. I want to make sure I can do your review while you're here. Normally I don't do skips, but like you're 3 or 4 away and I'm going to get to it here, so I might as well do it while you're here in case you have to bounce. So let me know if you are here, the SSH. Because I was trying to wait to see if you were here so I could help you. So because you've been waiting very patiently, and I just want to make sure you get it. Hopefully you are here today. So all right, and there. But yeah, that resume doesn't show anything. What are we doing here? This is a... Did I already do this one? Oh, okay. Well, see, this person did this COVID. I still don't know if this changes it. Okay, I'm gonna have to do this one real quick because there's not a ton here. Project manager. This is the project manager. So this is the art teacher that wants to become a project manager. They stated that they fixed some of the stuff and this would be better to review. I want to let everybody know, I do not look at the notes until it's the second before I review the resume. So if you have a note of please use X instead of Y, or in a time-sensitive manner, I'm not going to be able to actually answer them. I do that in the once it pops up here, I then look at the note, because I try to make sure I am fresh for every resume to get into the mindset of what a internal recruiter would do. So managed to, let's see, so this was from a couple of videos ago, so they haven't had time to actually change this, so let's make this very quickly. At least redesign our remote. I don't see, again, this is okay. I think the thing I said in the last video of it reads a little bit like a brag, I think this reads less like a brag, which is good, and I think this is much better, but I would still like to see how you worked with administrative. So again, I'm just skimming this one because they have not had time to redesign it since the last video. So, let's see. Anything else? I mean, this is good, yeah. So, especially if you monitor performance CAD. See, this arguably, I think, is a stronger bullet point. I don't know if I can't scroll down, which is essentially how you monitor them for performance standards. Which I think you could say just worked with school admins, counselors, and special ed teams to monitor performance gaps for 200 students, which determine X, Y, and Z. Yeah, this is actually a solid one I like. So I think you're closer. This one should probably be closer up top. But again, you didn't have time to... So let's see what your fourth revision is, and then I can fully review that one. Let's go to the next resume really quickly. Sorry about this, y'all. Okay, that is very brief. As my dog is snoring contentedly under the bed. Excuse me. All right, this is a... Played was in an interview, and that was from a recruiter reaching out to... So really? U.S. citizen... Middle point, anything tech related. Okay, so okay, back. All right. All right. Again, is SSH1 here? I want to make sure I can get your resume. I'm trying to wait to do it just so so I don't do it without you, because you've been waiting for like 3 days and it's finally time. And yes, so anyway, let's do this. This is a resume of a junior software developer. Again, I don't know what kind. And it really does matter what kind you are. I don't care if you can do all. I don't care if you can do front end, back end, and full stack, which I guess technically full stack is basically doing front end and back end. I need it specialized. A generalized resume does not work, and that works for this as well. So you cannot just say, I can do it all. You need to specify. So this person's ratio is 250 to 0, which is not good. They think their lack of internships is holding them back. Possibly. They are a U.S. citizen, so sponsorship isn't an issue, and they've been applying to anything tech-related, even roles that are tech-adjacent. Okay, so that might be the issue, right? Is like generalized resumes do not work. Resumes are always and will only be for specific job titles. A generalized tech resume will not get you anything. So that might actually be the issue. So let's see if I can figure out what the hell they do. That'll be the actual determination on if this is okay or not. So, develop a system, new hire training. Okay, nope. This is already bad. I don't know anything here. What is this? What do you do? I get that you developed a new system, but what did you use for it? What kind? I don't see technical use. Are you okay? Graduate data algorithm. Again, there's nothing here. This gives me nothing. You should probably not have this, maybe, but I don't know what this is. Why is developing a system for new hire training and documentation IT? Were you a help desk? Were you a software engineer? Were you a tutor? I truly do not know, and you do not tell me. This is why. Projects. Okay, here we go. Led a team of 3 developing our capstone, a full stack habitat training. What did you use? This doesn't count. They need to be in bullet points. They need to be in bullet points or they do not count. Did you use Python? Did you use Java? Did you use, I mean, I'm assuming since you use Django, you use Python, but the recruiter may not know that. So I don't know what this did. API, that's good. Here's why. Look, I have to go all the way down here, John Smith, to get the singular keyword for a software engineer. And that you need more than just that. So API, again, applied machine learning. It doesn't matter if it's here. It needs to be here. Top selling, bootstrap, default. Wow, that's it. Where's the JavaScript? Where's the HTML? Where's the CSS? So I don't see those at all. And you're probably being like, well, hold on. The skills are very bottom. If they're not in a bullet point, they do not count. I want that to go for everybody, not just software engineers, not just accountants. If they're not in a bullet point, they do not count. And it needs to be under a job. In addition to that, if it's not on your resume under a bullet point, under a job, it does not exist to the hiring team. And that is your problem. So no, I very much understand why you're not getting anything. I don't know what you do. I don't know if you're a full stack. I don't know if you're back end. I don't know if you're front end. I don't know if you're even applying to those jobs. Because this could read just like help desk. You need to completely redo this. Please use my formatting. It's going to help. But even with this formatting, which again is like a B- formatting, there's nothing here for me to use. There's absolutely nothing here I have. In fact, are you trying to get an internship? I don't know. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're trying to get, and this resume does not tell me, which is why it's not working. So, I'm not trying to be mean. I just want to make sure you understand why you're getting rejected. And this is a generalized resume, which never works, and it's primarily that. I don't know what the hell you do. And there's like barely any things I'd actually want. So, because there's nothing under the bullet points. Next, resume. By the way, can people tell me if the music is good? Is the music still going on? Can y'all hear that, or do I need to make that a little bit louder? Just want to make sure people can hear this stuff. Okay. 96.3. Revenue Operations Manager. I don't know what that is. Okay, Revenue Operations Manager. Oh, these are easy to find. Nope, not in Canada. We're looking in the US. Extra easy to find. Nope, that's... Okay, Crunchbase, business operations. Let's... Why is this so off today? I feel like all my tools are off. projects. Sorry, y'all. The hormone issues are really hitting me hard today. I thought I was recovered because I was okay on Monday, but oh. Okay, Google Suites. Technically, these are the same thing. Revenue Operations Manager. Okay. Projects, timelines, and yeah, let's do timelines. That's good. What the hell? I get why they did this. Okay. Yeah, here it is. See, these are very different. Okay, I think this is right. SQL. Then we do CRM. CRM? No, CRM, not CREM. And SaaS. And B2B. There we go. Okay. This is a resume review of a revenue operations manager. They said they are a green card holder, so sponsorship should not be a barrier. However, it's still tough to get invitations. So they have a 1-to-50 ratio, which again is like a C-. I want to be clear. 1-to-50 is passing. It's barely passing. It's passing by the skin of your teeth. But for non-like internships and that's 1 in 50 is passing. Ideally, we can get that number down so it's much less, but the job market is trash. That's just unfortunately the nature of it right now. So, I don't care what this is. Also, I cannot scroll up because you accidentally dox yourself up top. So, but yeah, I don't. This is not necessary. But anyway, what we're actually looking for is influencing stakeholders across multiple channels for buy-in and solutions. Microsoft Excel, PowerPoint, Google Office suites, managing multiple projects, timelines, BI tools such as Looker, Tableau, or Power BI, SQL, CRM, SaaS, and B2B. This is a nightmare to read. Your formatting is off. Let's see. Do you actually have your education here? In addition, your education should be where this thing that I can't go past is, because specifically a lot of them required education, so you need to make sure you have that. Led process improvement initiative by cutting development and reporting times. Okay. I don't know why that's bolded. Mentor and coach a team of 2, skill building, design and implement scalable processes, growth, develop financial models for sales and budgets. I mean, these are not terrible because they kind of tell them more, but like I want to see how you influence stakeholders, right? I want to see the why you did it in a little bit more detail. So like designed, and also everything here should be past tense even if you're still there. So designed and implemented scalable processes and controls should be more. Like how many projects did you do? How many at the same time? How many financial models? What did you use for those financial models? So I'm not seeing a ton of keywords, and I don't think this resume is terrible because it's getting you a 1 in 50, but I here it is. Deliver quarter presentation. I'm seeing right actual insights. This should be higher. This is a very important duty, and it should be higher. But I want to know a little bit what those actionable insights are. So the problem is you're not telling me how you did these. You did what, you did why, but you're not telling me how. I need to know how. So, and your formatting is off, which is making it harder to read. So I think if you just fix those things, it'll be a lot better. I think you could probably get to a 1 in 50 at least, 1 in 40 with just those changes alone. Skill building, promotion rate for direct reports. Yeah, so again, it's you're not having enough keywords, but primarily you're not telling me how you did this. I need to know how. You cannot just say designed and implemented scalable processes to do X. I need to know how you did it, because your job is not just to design them, but it's to how you do it is important. So that's kind of all I can get here. This resume is kind of messing with my mind and formatting, but yeah, so fix the formatting, fix some of the bullet points, and I think you should be way better chance of getting it. And again, people, stop doing summaries. Summaries are only needed if you're really changing industries. Next resume. Okay. I will be honest, y'all. I am feeling kind of trash right now. So I am sorry. I think I'm going to have to end the stream. I'm just staring at it and I'm getting like such a massive headache. So my hormones or sinuses are messing with me. I'm very sorry. So I am just going to end the stream now unless anybody has any other questions. I'm going to see if there's somebody I can raid real quick. Just because it's getting harder and harder for me to focus. So no, it's okay. Yeah, we're just gonna end it. So sorry again for the short stream. I'll be back Friday. I wish I could figure out why these sinuses are happening. But I will see you all Friday at 11 a.m. PST. Thank you for joining me, and keep applying to jobs, and we're gonna get you them positions. So I will now raid a chat. So again, if people just join me, I'm feeling like trash right now, so I'm gonna have to raid and run. So let's go to let's do another redhead. Let's raid this. So we're starting a raid, and then I will see everybody back again on Friday at 11 a.m. PST. And yeah, let's do it. Let's raid a Reno. I don't know why I just said that, but let's do it. I will see you all next time.